Welcome to the third video in the series on mastering keyword searching. In this video, I'll talk about what to do when a search doesn't come out the way you'd like it to, what you can do to revise your search. It isn't unusual when you are starting out searching that one of two things happens. Either you get way too many articles, or you get close to nothing. The first thing we need to do is diagnose the problem. In the case of too many articles, there's probably one of two things going on. Either your topic is too broad, or your terms aren't specific enough, or perhaps a combination of both. In the case of too few articles, again, it's probably one of two things. Either your topic is too narrow or specific, or the terms you are searching do not match the terms that authors are using in their articles. So what do you do to fix it? With too many articles, you can add more details to your search and maybe use more specific words to describe your topic. Let's take a look at an example. Here's an extreme example of a search in PubMed for heart disease. Clearly, searching for just heart disease on its own is not advisable. No one wants to browse through over 1 million articles. So let's try the first suggestion to narrow the search. Let's add more detail. We certainly don't want articles that are just about any topic around heart disease. Let's say we want articles about rehabilitation in relation to heart disease. If you remember from the video about putting your keywords together, using "and" to connect the different ideas in your topic almost always results in fewer articles. Let's do that now with rehabilitation. Wow, that's quite a reduction. We went from over 1.25 million articles to under 30,000. Definitely heading in the right direction. Let's try it again by adding a population. Heart disease and rehabilitation and women. Another big reduction. We're getting somewhere. Let's go on to the second suggestion by trying to make our terms more specific. Consider rehabilitation. Perhaps we want to choose a more specific rehabilitation intervention. Let's substitute physical therapy for rehabilitation and see what happens. Okay, some reduction, but not as much as I'd thought. And now I remember another thing from the putting your keywords together video. Quotation marks. Quotation marks force the database to search for words as a phrase. I'll try putting the phrase physical therapy in quotation marks. Much better. At this point, I'd want to scroll through these results and begin to get a sense of whether I'm on the right track or if I may need to adjust my search further. Before we do that, let's talk about the other problem search, too few results. If you get too few or no articles on your results list, you'll want to consider two options. One, broadening the ideas or topic, and two, finding alternative terms. Let's use the original research question we saw in the Essentials of Keyword Searching video. I searched Ballant and compassion fatigue and physical therapists and got 0 articles. That's exactly what we predicted in the previous video because we have too narrow a topic. One quick and easy way to broaden a topic is to eliminate an element. What would happen if we were to take away physical therapists? We'd find any article about using Ballant groups in relation to compassion fatigue. Let's try it. Okay, 6 articles. Not brilliant, but certainly better than nothing. What about the second suggestion to add more terms? That's exactly why we did that brainstorming in the Essentials of Keyword Searching video. Now we get a chance to put it to work. If you remember from both previous videos, we want to use "or" to connect the synonyms or alternate terms. "Or" typically expands your results. The other thing you need to remember is if you have a search with both "or" and you'll need to use parentheses to separate the terms that are connected with "or." Like this. That's better. 10 more articles. We can do the same with compassion fatigue, once again using parentheses. $238. Now we might see about adding our population back in. Uh-oh. But remember, we already planned ahead for this one too. Let's put in other health professionals. Now, I'm not going to type out all of the ones we came up with, but this will give us a good idea. Okay. This seems like a good place. But what happens if you don't know of any alternate terms? Well, you may need to go mining for them by skimming through the citations and abstracts in your results. For example, if we scroll down and take a look at this third article, Psychosocial Interventions for Managing Occupational Stress and Burnout Among Medical Doctors, I can already see the term occupational stress, which is one we might consider adding. Let's try it. It definitely let a few more into our results. Let's keep scrolling. Oh look, here in number 4 is the term peer support. But this time, let's click through to take a closer look. Certainly, reading the full abstract often provides alternative terms. But there's another somewhat hidden trove of potential search words. If you scroll down below the cited by section, you'll often find a section called MESH terms. The MESH stands for medical subject headings. These are words assigned by PubMed to describe the topics of the article, and they can be a great source of words. See here, we already have burnout and peer group. Social support. That's one we might consider, or maybe not, but I'd add it to my table of terms so that I remember to think about it. Okay, I think you get the picture. And I think you now have some ways to revise an unsuccessful search. So let's finish up this video. Searching for literature is very much a trial and error procedure. You push and pull on the words you use until you're happy with the results you get. As we were revising that last search, we took a search that initially brought back 0 articles and broadened it until we had over 200 on the list. So then we took the chance to add a population back in, which narrowed the search. We then continued adding alternate terms by looking closely at the words authors were using in their titles and abstracts, as well as the MESH terms supplied by the database. I hope these tips and tricks will help you deal with any search that comes your way. Remember that no search is ever perfect, but these tools can help you get closer. Also know, the Belleck librarians are here for you. We can walk through the process together until you have the search you need. Just head over to the Ask a Librarian page on the Belleck Library website and submit a question or book an appointment. We can't wait to help you.